going to get started with the iconic 3 questions, and then I've slipped in a few favourites for myself that I just want to talk about purely for me, never mind the listeners. So we're going to get started with one. What is your favourite bit of memorabilia that you own that you've managed to obtain over the years?
Well, it's actually something that my dad got, and it's actually downstairs in this new place. So I've kind of nicked it off of my dad. It's like a Colin McRae photo of him in the maybe Safari. I can't remember which rally it was, but it's like this really lovely picture on the wall. And it's signed as well, which is really, really awesome. So and I've got that bang in front of the couch above the TV, in the best spot possible. So yeah, that's
the motivation piece. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So when you're on your 3rd episode of a show on Netflix, you're like, probably should be doing something else by now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Keeps me in the game.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So following on from that, what's one bit of memorabilia you'd love to hang up next to it? One that you don't currently own, but you'd love to own?
Oh, I'm a big fan of racing helmets. I loved Senna when growing up. So I love,
the iconic yellow.
Yeah, absolutely. You would love something like a Senna helmet, something like that. Yeah.
I know. I'd have to get a few more clothes looks to make my background more sturdy for a helmet, but I'd be the same as you. I think a helmet.
Yeah.
I think an iconic Coulthard helmet for me, I think would have to be the one just because it's got the
with a huge top, huge saltire. Yeah. No, it's an awesome helmet that you could always tell that you're Scottish with the
joys of open cockpit racers. Bring them back, LMP1. Bring them back.
Yeah.
Everything's the same as red and white.
Yeah, well, mate, a lot of the new hypercar liveries, a lot of them are so far red and white.
I know, it's not, except the Peugeot. I'm supporting the Peugeot purely on the premise that it's going to be grey.
Yeah. Well, we still need to see Lamborghini's livery and it wasn't Penske. Jota have now.
Jota have they've got a Porsche, haven't they?
Yeah. So that'll be wicked. I think we're entering a golden age with the sport, big time. We are in a huge golden age of the sport.
I know. RIP GT Pro, but we miss you. But gone, but not forgotten.
Yeah, but it'll come back with GT3, I think. Maybe.
I hope so.
See. I guess we'll see. I'm not sure if the regulation. I think the regulation is you can have a GT Pro car if you have a car entered in the hypercar class, which I think is why so many of the manufacturers are entering hypercar.
All right, so it's going to be a case of hypercar sells all the stuff and pays for the GT3, so the GT3 is free.
Yeah, well, I think it's the other way around. I think,
really?
You
surely merchandise and stuff would.
Yeah, well, you see how huge GT3 is nowadays.
Yeah,
the GT3 is easily the biggest racing series in the world.
Yeah,
and the huge thing with GT3 at the minute is the AM scene at the minute. So these manufacturers are making a huge amount of money through the AM drivers, and I think that's what's really, really helping to fund these big projects. Because you look at the hypercar project, and there's of course there's no AM drivers in that; it's all pro. No. So I think a majority of the funding will be coming from all the GT stuff. Yeah. It's awesome though. It's so awesome.
I know. I love the fact, Patrick. I'll tell you an interesting story. So
yeah,
I am so obsessed with racing that I remember. So I know Patrick Dempsey as Dempsey Proton Racing, right?
Yeah.
I had no idea he was an actor. So my girlfriend was once watching Grey's Anatomy, and I was like watching. I was like, where did Patrick Dempsey find the time to do a cameo in Grey's Anatomy? And she's like, what are you on about? Patrick Dempsey is the main character of Grey's Anatomy. And I was like, oh, well, that's good to know. I had no idea he was an actor.
Yeah, and then there's who's doing it now?
It's Fassbender's doing it now, isn't he?
Fassbender, Fassbender's Magneto.
I felt so sorry. Did you see? Every time he got in the car, it just seemed to spin out, and it wasn't even his fault half the time.
Yeah, Le Mans, he finally made it to Le Mans this year, and then got taken out Indianapolis. Yeah.
Indianapolis, and he had another one at the first chicane of Dunlop.
Yeah, he did. So it's just no luck there. Yeah, we'll see. Well, hopefully he comes back.
I mean, he's good. He's good. He's not there just as a name anymore now. He's a credible driver.
Yeah, no, he's he's a strong am. So I think it's your first Le Mans. I think very, very few there's a very small percentage of the time, if it's your first time at Le Mans, everything will go your way.
It was also different. I remember I've listened to a lot of interviews with drivers saying it was different that year as well, because obviously first time fans were back for 3 years. So
yeah,
there was people that had done the race 3 times. They're like, it feels like I've never done it before because everything's different.
yeah, exactly. You got to feel a little bit bad for the people doing Le Mans for the first time with no fans.
I know.
It's slightly bittersweet because fans make the sport. They really do.
Yeah. No, it's a proper fan sport for something that is. I remember somebody said to me once, it's like, oh, but you only see the car for a second every minute, or in the case of Le Mans, every 4 minutes. Yeah, but there's so much more going on that makes it a fan.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Right, so I've been distracted, and we're here for the mammoth question of the podcast that every one of my friends deeply makes me regret putting in the intro when I first did the podcast. Bourbons or custard creams? Which one are you going for?
Custard creams, I'd say. Yeah, custard creams.
You're off the Christmas list. I'm a Bourbons man myself.
Are you? Right, yeah.
I must admit.
No, I'm a big fan of custard, so yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one, but
no worries,
I won't hold it against you, Gordie. Don't worry. So now I've just got a few ones for me. So this might be a bit of a debate for us. This might go to something else, but I want us to compare what would be our dream Le Mans lineup. So the stipulations for this are they have to have raced at Le Mans. They can be from any class, but they're people, so they can either be like cult heroes of the sport, like maybe not the most prolific racer at Le Mans, but they're just a cult hero of Le Mans. And that's pretty much it. We can decide what car we want them to race in at the end, but let's assume they're going for the outright lead.
Okay.
So we'll do one each, and then we'll build a 3. Okay. Do you want to make an interesting rule where we can't pick the same person, or should we just have the same? It could be possible to have the same driver.
Well, yeah, no, I'd say that's fine.
Right then, you go first. I'll let you go first as the guest.
Got to go off the bat with Alan McNish, for sure. Mm-hmm. McNish for sure, kind of modern hero.
First lap superstar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God, who would I pick? I'm cheating at this because I kind of picked this question last night, so I've had it racking my brains while I was watching wrestling all night. So I would take, based on the past couple of years, I'd take Felix da Costa from Jota. Yeah.
Well, is this throughout the entire time period?
Yeah, go on. We'll have your entire time period.
Okay, wicked. You gotta go Ken Miles.
Yeah, great shout.
Legend himself. Yeah, Kenny Miles. Yeah.
You've got to take the GOAT, haven't you? You've got to take Christensen. You've got to have the most winningest driver at Le Mans.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good one. Beloff. Stefan Beloff.
What a dark horse shout, but I love that. That's a great shout.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have to take Kobayashi, aren't I? Fastest lap.
All right. So you kind of went down the route of like kind of more
synonymous with Le Mans rather than
you kind of went for like a more kind of modern lineup.
I think I probably would. So like concussion history and stuff. Brain's not what it once was. So
the car.
Yeah. What car would you put them in?
I mean, are we like this is talking about all time again?
Yeah, all time. You don't have to pick a car that you think would beat every car that's ever raced.
Absolutely. F1 GTR.
Oh, a nice choice.
McLaren F1 GTR.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm torn. Do you pick one of the Porsches because obviously Porsche's the manufacturer of Le Mans, or do you pick an Audi Dominance? But I also love the 4GTs, like the original 4GTs. I think they're one of the most beautiful cars of all time.
The GT40s, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I would pick a GT40 just because I love them so much.
Yeah. All right, that's wicked. That's very 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 respectable. Yeah.
So you've got McNish, Miles, and Beloff racing in an F1 against Felix da Costa, Tom Christensen, and Kobayashi in a GT40.
Yeah.
That sounds like something somebody could make on a well-developed sim iRacing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a heavy bop would need to be applied to make the cars even. But
Well, they do that anyway. Alpine looks like it might be slightly fast, and they go 20 kilos of horsepower taken off there.
Turn it down. Yeah.
No, we can't have you win, so this wasn't part of the deal.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, that's how it goes.
So following on from that, what's your dream track to race at? What would be one track you would love to see you raced at?
One track that I'd love to say that I've raced at, Bathurst.
That's a nice shout. I wouldn't expect that as a shout. I like that.
Yeah, I'd probably go Bathurst, or I'm a big fan of Fuji.
I like Fuji.
Big fan of Fuji, so I'd go Bathurst, Fuji, probably Bathurst.
Just slightly Bathurst. Is it? I think, as no disrespect to Fuji, but I think Bathurst has a slightly more. I'd almost say.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like out of the two, like Bathurst is by far the more challenging.
I think there's a bit more of a prestige to Bathurst as well. I mean,
especially nowadays with the
12-hour. Yeah, that was chaos. Did you see some of the highlights from that?
No, absolutely. Yeah, I mean the start of the race in the fog. I mean the Bathurst is already like a hard enough track, so
dead straight. Then we're going to send you up a mountain, and then we're going to send you down the mountain.
Yeah, basically, yeah. See if you can make it round.
Wow. And then last one, dream car that you'd love to drive in a race, or just even going down the motorway. What one car you'd love to say I've driven one of those?
Again, F1 GTR. I think that's maybe my most favorite car of all time. Yeah,
it is a beautiful car.
Yeah,
a beautiful car. Nobody's going to hold it against you for saying that twice.
Yeah,